going on? We are here ready for NFS Tier 2 at Singapore. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. And we can see Stead leading the way with 107, but a very close battle. Stig not far behind, just 5 points back, 102. And then we come back to Spitz in third place. Both Aston Martins looking real good here for the constructors. In 3 and 4 with Buck in fourth place with 70 and 75 points. And then not far behind as well, Graham in the Ferrari. Mr. Consistency, he is 64 points back. And then you can see, we'll read off the rest. JPR, New Wine, Amiral, PB Playa, Craigie Speed, Villeneuve, Monkey Mafia, Mr. Delia, JJ Dog, Lakita Haha, or Lakita for short. Gabba Guy, Jeep, Golden Phoenix, Modern Nep, and Sea Power rounding out our Tier 2 contestants. We'll take a look at the constructors. Whoop, and that is not working, so we will not take a look at the constructors. But we'll get back to that later. Let's tune into the gameplay where we can see that the cars, some have taken the track here in Singapore already. Let's have a quick look. We have Josh. Get some sound on here for you. We are riding on board with Josh out on track. Singapore, a very tight circuit. 3 sectors, walls everywhere, and a lot of mistakes can easily be made here. So whoever can come out on top and avoid the walls and minimize the mistakes will most likely get a very good result. We do have Buck, who is always early out of the gate, has started a hot lap already. We'll ride on board with Buck and get a feel of this track. As he has just started his lap coming through the end of Sector 1. Long straightaway here, big DRS section. Little right kink flying into a very hard 90-degree left-hand turn. This is always can be a very congested area during the first lap, so everybody tries to space out, and this wall comes really close at you there, so you can see his front right tire just about kissing the wall. We have a yellow Sector 1. I'm not sure who that is. That might just be something to ignore. And this bridge section is always a favorite of mine. Very, very tight. Oh, goes a little. He knows he's going to want to hit that apex a little better there next time. As we get onto this, another long straightaway here in Sector 2. Heavy on the brake. He goes purple so far because he's the first one setting his lap. Spitz is out. Ooh, maybe Spitz did have a big off, as he is out of the qualifying here so far. Under the bridge, or the stands there. And then we're coming about to the very fast final left-hand turn. A little squirrely there. Right here, you really got to nail it or it's going to push you wide, and he does a great job of nailing it there. Perfect, over the line, and 136.977 to start the day. JJ Dog also out, and oh, we do have, I see on my mini map that there is some trouble. Oh, look at this. JJ Dog and Modern Nep have collided. Tires off. That is not good at all. Wow, so an eventful early start to this qualifying session. And we see Spitz and JJ Dog out of the race, as well as Modern Nep, who has disqualified, and somebody was going backwards here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe we were on board with Bubbers here across the line backwards. Sets a 142.6 in reverse. How about that? So most likely losing the rear end coming out of the final turn there, and sets his qualifying time in reverse. Something I don't think has been done in NFS there. So there's a first for him and for the league. Wow, so a lot going on. We've lost 3 already due to incidents. We talked about how dangerous this track can be. Oh my goodness. Riding on board with Jeep for life. There's a tire in the middle of the road back there. Hopefully that gets cleaned up soon. Jeep for life looking real good, reserving in the Mercedes today. As I'm sure any of us would be happy to reserve in a Mercedes. Ride on board with him here for a little bit. If you're not a part of our Discord page, please be sure to comment in the comment section, and we'll be sure to get you in there if you're interested in joining. And if you are, be sure to check out our Redbubble apparel store, which is in the links in the Discord page as well. You can get t-shirts and flags and pretty much anything you can think of with the beautiful NFS logo. Here comes, oh, that's just a great shot there looking through underneath the stands. What a cool concept when that was made up. These cars really did look good under the lights. We'll watch this other fast left here. This is where, oh yeah, that's where Bubber's had the rear end come around. Villeneuve, his McLaren teammate, in the meantime, instead of 144.7, not in reverse. Who else is out on track here? We got the Monkey Man, Monkey Mafia, in the AlphaTauri. Going across the bridge. Hard on the brakes, hits the apex perfectly, and gets right back on the gas. Good job there. Take a look at the tires being used today. If we can, somewhere in here. There they are. Everybody on the softs right now, except for Miles Galloway is on the mediums on his outlap. So we'll see what the strategy is. Not quite sure, but in qualifying 2, I'm sure we will be able to find out what we're going to be looking at for the race time. Also, haven't heard of any weather-related issues as of yet. Whoa! Holy smokes! And somebody in the Red Bull there had gone around. That was JPR who had lost it on. A lot of people losing the rear end out of that turn. If you don't have enough downforce on that rear wing, it's gonna bite you. And that was a close call for Jeep as he came around, ending his lap. He goes P2 in the meantime with a 138.1, but he might need some new pants after that one. Whew, and it looks like he might even be out of gas at this point, so an eventful start for Jeep. Let's see here. Miles Galloway out on track with these mediums, so let's see what kind of a time difference we're going to have on the medium tire here. This would be a good idea of that. There's just something about that Ferrari that just sounds wonderful every time I hop on board with it. It's got a nice raspy sound to it. See, we got Stead, our championship points leader, coming out on track in the Alpine. Alpine has been looking very, very, very good lately. I'm going to try to bring up our constructors' points here. We can look at them together. Oh, don't lose the screen. Oh, there. Okay, it's been hiding from me. So as you can see here, as we ride on board with Stead on his outlap, getting the tires warmed up, Aston Martin leading the way with 145 points. Alpine followed closely with 137. And then also closely, Mercedes and Ferrari not far behind, 107, 102 respectively. Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Haas, and McLaren all have a bunch of work to do, as well as Alfa Romeo and Williams. So, kind of a tight battle going on with the top 4. It could be anybody's games, as it is still, we're not even halfway through the season yet. So something to look forward to there as we keep crossing off some races from the schedule. And Jeep for Life says a dry race, so we will not see rain. Unless Jeep is trying to be a little misleading, maybe, to his counterparts. But a dry race most likely, as I do trust Jeep quite a bit. Luke Jobson, that's just me to Iceman about the Merc. Oh god, what did I say about Merc? Is it that anybody would like to drive a Merc? Maybe something like that. Monkey Mafia says, I think I got I think I got poop in my fur at the start finish line. In your fur? Mr. Monkey got poop in his fur. We don't want that. At least he's not throwing it. That was some eventful. This has been probably the most eventful Q1 I have seen in quite some time. And there's still a tire in the middle of the road back there. So The track crew not quite doing their job. Stead on his hot lap at the moment on these softs. He's looking real clean. With like very good control of the car, not bouncing around a lot. Let's see how he does coming out of the bridge section. Gonna be hard on the brakes, nice and tight, and nice wide exit. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautifully executed. And he's purple so far. Looking good here, coming through sector 3. Now, can you keep the rear end in check as others haven't? Very fast right left-hander here, and he does a good job, doesn't invalidate, and he goes P2, a 137.354. So just about 4/10 off of the leader, Buck, in that Aston Martin. So a nice, clean lap will get him easily through to Q2. We have 4 drivers left on track to set a time. As of right now, Funky G on track in the Williams. And according to the minimap, he has gone fastest in Sector 2. Oh, but he goes wide. That might kill it. But as long as he can get a lap in, he should be just fine to get through to Q2. I do think Williams did a nice job with their paint scheme this year, at least. Coming through the final turn here, he's going to cross the line, and he goes P2, even with that, oh my goodness, even with going wide, he does a 137.183, so, oof. So if he gets a clean lap in, watch out. So a good lap from Funky, even though he had a little hair-raising moment. We have New Wine on his hot lap right now. Graham is on his out lap. We're right on board with New Wine here. See, he comes through the end of Sector 1, looking into 2. This tight left-hander. There's a lot of people go wide on. He nailed it perfectly. Very good job here. Nice and clean. We'll see if he can... what kind of time he's going to set on those softs. Importantly, Miles Galloway had set a 139 flat on the mediums after 2 laps, so the medium's looking pretty good around this track. Not probably not contention for. Oh, and New Wine goes wide. Oh, and he hits the wall, and there goes the front wing. Oof, that's gonna hurt. So he's lucky not to lose a tire there. And he's gonna. Oh, is he gonna retire? He's pulling off. Oh my. What's going on? Is it turning around? I'm not sure what's happening here. What is New Wine up to right now? Monkey Mafia has retired from the session in the pits. New Wine spins it around. Okay, he's going again. They'll have to go get a new wing. Let's see, a mural is still in the pit lane. We're coming down to... well, I can't see the time now because of the yellow flag indicators up there. Somebody, who's that? Is it Funky out on track? Funky is back out on track. He's okay. He's coming in. New Wine coming in. Who is in Sector 2 on the mini map? Cannot see who that. Oh, now they're gone. Okay. Oh. Stead. Something has happened to Stead. He has now scored in 14th. He had set a time of 137.354, but did he bin it and it canceled the time? That is big news for the championship points leader. We will have to investigate that one a little bit and see what we can find out. That is not good. Meanwhile, Graham setting his fast lap in the Ferrari out on track right now. We have 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in qualifying 1. Purple Sector 2 for Graham. Nice and tidy in the Ferrari. Graham, of course, one of the NFS stewards. So if you're racing him, race him cleanly or we'll hear about it. Graham has done a lot of good stuff for this league, including designing our logo, which of course is very attractive. So we thank him for all his time put into the league, as we're all volunteers here. Graham comes around the final turn, crosses the line, and he is going to go P3, a good solid lap of 137.229. So he is solidly into the show in Q2. Meanwhile, New Wine is exiting. Oh, he has a wing. He's on track on an out lap. He's gonna have to get to the line quickly. And a mural has yet to come out, so I'm not sure what's going on with the mural there. So we lost Spitz earlier. He says to keep an eye on him today. He's gonna go from last to first for the second straight race. Just watch. So everybody watch Spitz. We will be keeping an eye on you, Spitz. And New Wine, we'll have to see if he can make it to the line here before the end of the qualifying session. He's got 45 seconds about to do it. Bubber's out on track now again as well. He's setting a time, although he really doesn't need to. He's going to be safely through. As we only had 17 drivers for this race, 15 will advance to Q2. Yep, and Luke says Stead crashed out Sector 2. And that is JJ Dog for all of you. Black Stig is predicting only 5 people finish the race. In the meantime, he did not get there. New Wine did not make it to the line. He will not set a time, but we'll have to see if he advances through. This is going to be a little tricky. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be going through. Meanwhile, Bubbers is coming into the pits. He will retire. And we will be on to Q2. Graham crashed, Villeneuve says. Graham is out. Oh, it's true. Graham set a good time and he crashed. So this track definitely taking its victims. And we'll have to see who is going to be in Q2 with all these crashes and disqualifications and no time set. So, drama. Lots of drama here in Tier 2 Singapore. All right, we have Buck setting the pace of 136.977, followed by 2/10 behind Funky G, 137.183 in the Williams. JPR rounding out third, Jeep for Life fourth, M Galloway fifth, Lakido sixth, seventh, Monkey Mafia, Josh eighth, Villeneuve ninth, Bubbers 10th, New Wine 11th, and Spitz 12th will be advancing. Those not advancing, it does appear, would be Graham, Stead, our championship leader, JJ Doc, a Mural, and Modern Nep. A lot of big names there that crashed out, not going to be advancing. So, wow, a lot of drama here. If you're Buck or Funky, you guys are in a very, very happy position. But, man, Graham, Stead, JJ, a Mural, and Modern Nep are out of qualifying early. Q2 now beginning 15 minutes. Whatever tire you set your paces on this qualifying session, you will start the race on. And we have 12 people in, or 12 drivers in this Q2 session due to all those crashes and everything. So only, let's see, we were going to lose 2 drivers this round. So the bottom 2 will be eliminated. The top 10 go on to Q3. And we see a couple medium takers already. We have Jeep for Life who has set the mediums. Buck set the mediums. Lakido set the mediums. Funky has set mediums. Everybody else so far on the soft tire. But that could change here as it's very early in the session and some cars, majority of the cars are still in the pit lane. However, Mr. Out First Buck is out on the mediums early. Interestingly enough, Spitz, who crashed out, has made it through, I see. So, maybe he's paying Codemasters or EA under the table. I'm not quite sure, but we will have to see if he's allowed. No, he has retired the car, to be fair. That's good gamesmanship. So Spitz is out of Q2, but that means we're only going to lose one other driver. So who will that be? If you want to start on mediums, this is a great opportunity for you to try it, as we're only going to lose one driver this time. As we watch Buck warm those mediums up. See, they're not as shiny as they were coming out of the pit lane there, so getting some scruff on those tires. And he's going to round the final turn, looking real good, and he's going to start his fast qualifying lap. Let's see if he can do it again. We'll ride on board with the Aston Martin driver. Taking a nice, aggressive line here for the first 3 turns. Gets the power down early. Plenty of battery life. Hits the apex. Perfect on exit. DRS flap open, and he is flying. All about apexes and exits this track. Ooh, a little bouncy there. Put him a little bit wide, I think, and that's why I had to wait to get on the gas there. Probably not the happiest about that one, but everything else looking real tidy here. Hitting his marks, not invalidating. Nice and tight on this apex. Going to be a wide exit. Hard on the gas. Purple 1 and 2 so far. We have a lot of cars out on track, about 8 cars out. Keeping it tidy. It's a very good clean lap. Let's see if he can finish it off in style here and set the pace for the grid. Using all the runoff area he can to maximize pace. Oh, but he invalidates on the last turn. Just a hair too tight. Oh, and that's going to hurt. That was a good lap going there for Buck. But unfortunately invalidated coming out onto the front stretch. So Buck will have to do it again. Lakito Haro in the meantime sets a 144.37 on the mediums. Then we have Monkey Mafia, the Monkey Man, a 138.843 on the soft tire. So setting the pace is Monkey so far. Coming around here is Miles Galloway in the Ferrari. He goes to the top of the board on the softs, so 138.421, trying to make Graham proud from the pit lane. So he does a great job. Who's coming next? It looks like New Wine will be crossing the line next on the soft tire as well. Medium runner's coming behind him. Comes around the final turn here. He goes 4th fastest, so 141.164 on the soft tire. Following him is a McLaren. It's going to be Villeneuve. Oh. Yep, here goes Villeneuve. Oh no. Oh, he must have been validated. Excuse me. Let's see here. Monkey, or it's going to be JPR. JPR's... Oh, it's Josh. Josh is out on track. Excuse me. He is starting his lap on the medium tires. So a couple times set already, 138.421 being the benchmark on the softs. Remember, the tires you use in this session, you will have to start the race on. So be wise in your decision taking. You can't take back any times. Who's coming up here. I'm watching the map here to see who's pushing and who's not. So you have some McLarens here that are on their fast laps. Villeneuve looking to set a good time. I think last lap was invalidated, but he's looking real nice in that orange McLaren. Oh, but he invalidates again. Oh, this track will eat you alive if you hop a curve. And his teammate Bubber's also on an invalidated lap. He will duck in the pits for some fresh rubber probably. Meanwhile, Jeep for Life's at a 207.359. He's probably trying again here. He's going to come across the line. And does he better himself? He does. P2, 138.484 on the mediums. That's a great, solid lap from Jeep for Life. Josh has... Ooh, Josh goes into P1 on the mediums, a 138.286. So he licked the stamp and sent it. And he is out of gas too. I don't know, yep, maybe? I can't tell. Who else we got out here right now? Everybody's a little bunched up. There's a bunch of cars in the pit lane. Yep. The Funky G on a fast lap in the Williams. Can he join his teammate at the top of the timing sheets? Funky G, one of those to watch out for, has been known to set fast times, has been on the NFS team league competition team before, where we compete against other leagues in certain events. A little wide through that turn, he'll be looking to make up that time there. Again though, we're only losing one driver this round due to Spitz retiring early. We will only lose one other driver. So if you set a time and it's solid on whatever tire you choose, you have a pretty good chance of making it through to Q3. Meanwhile, Villeneuve is coming to the line in the McLaren. He has no invalidation. This lap should be good. He goes P5. Good. Gets the job done. 140.194 on the mediums. So he is into the show. Oh, Funky G goes pole so far. 136.735 on the mediums. Joins his teammate Josh. 1 and 2 so far in Q2. So both of those Williams looking real nice. Now we got Bubbers on an outlet. You have to set a time. Buck. What did Buck do? I thought Buck had... Oh, no, he had invalidated. So he is on his outlap. Can he challenge Funky G and those Williams drivers for the top of the timesheets? He gets ready here, trying to give the Mercedes in front a little bit of space. Mercedes is pitting, and Buck is hammered to the nail here. He is going balls to the wall. We have New Wine, who is set at 141.164, has retired from the session in the pits with 5 minutes to go here. He is on the bubble, or will be once these next two drivers set their times. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to be bumped out of Q2. So if you are 8th place or up, you are almost certainly guaranteed to advance. Bubbers has also started his qualifying lap in that McLaren. Ooh, and Buck goes purple, sector 2, watch out. He's on a tear, ladies and gentlemen. Q3 could be quite interesting between the Williams drivers and this Aston Martin driver. Woo, gets close to the wall. Comes around, the last turn does not invalidate. This is going to be a good lap. Let's see what it is. P2, a 1:36.750. Look how close that was. Oh, so splitting the Williams drivers, making a statement. Bucks goes P2. And Bubbers rounds out P8 at 1:38.879. A good lap from Bubbers. He is in the show. So we will lose New Wine in the AlphaTauri, unfortunately. And Spitz Gaming, who retired early. So there's our top 10 with 3 minutes to go. If you're in the pits, feel free to retire so we can advance to Q3. Under 3 minutes to go here in Q2. All drivers should be safe except for the two at the bottom here, New Wine, who has retired, and Spitz, who has retired. Are our bottom two that we will be losing, unfortunately. Once some of these cars come back to the pits, we'll get them to retire and advance into Q3, where we will see who will take pole position. Oh, interestingly enough, Villeneuve has gone back out on the soft compound on an outlap. So, not wanting to start on the mediums, which I think he was on prior, has switched his strategy to the softs, and he will have to do a lap now, unless he decides to retire early. You see a couple retirements there in the pit lane. We just have 3 drivers remaining in the session. Both Williams must be discussing strategy still before they retire. And Villeneuve, who has changed his tire compound and gone back out on track. We'll see if he's going to set a time or come in the pits. It looks like he's going to come in the pits. So he's going to play it safe. Might have just gone out early to protect himself from being eliminated there, but he will advance to Q3. And we'll be on the mediums, I do believe, for the race start. As we watch the clock tick down now, just 25 seconds remaining in Q2. And we will take a quick commercial break and be right back. are back. Q3 underway. 12-minute session has started. And I'm going to take a guess and say Buck is going to be first on track. And he is going to be first out on track because here he comes. So will it be Buck in pole position? Will it be Josh in pole position? Funky in pole position? Who are you going to pick? Let me hear in the comment section what your picks are. We see all sorts of activity in the pit lane. Lots of drivers coming out for their installation laps. Again, little replay. We had a bunch of drivers crash out early in Q1 or make major mistakes, and we lost about 5 drivers, maybe even 6 actually. So lots and lots of drama early on. And these 10 drivers here have survived and moved into Q3 for a chance to fight for pole position. Position's very, I would say, very valuable at this track from qualifying, as it's a tight track to pass on most spots, unless you take advantage of the DRS straights if you're close enough. So now all but one driver, it looks like, are out on track on their out laps. As Buck rounds the final turn to start his hot installation lap here in Q3. Very tidy in the Aston Martin so far. We usually see these drivers come out, set a time just to get on the board, and then the second round of them coming out on track, if they've saved enough soft tires for a second round, will be the lap that they push their hardest as they fight for that pole position. Woo, and Buck takes advantage of every little inch of pavement that he possibly can as we ride on board here. Looking real nice, but you can see he's making the track as wide as he possibly can to maximize that speed. Funky G on the side there, getting his tires warmed up. Buck purple in the first 2 sections so far. Get some more details up here for you. Going deep into the understand section here, just about completing this lap, using everything there right up against, kisses the wall, plants it hard, and he's going to come across the line at 1:36 flat, the fastest time of the day thus far. Great lap there. Who else is going to cross the line? Josh starts his out lap. Let's see here. We have let's see, Miles Galloway goes P2 at 1:38.368. We also have the McLaren of Bubbers, it looks like, crosses the line. P2, 1:38.362. The McLaren having a good time here. Who else is out on track? I think we have JPR rounding the last 2 turns. He's going to cross the line. He goes P2, 1:37.581. JPR putting his foot down a little bit. Lakito Hara coming around across the line. P3, 1:38.302. Villeneuve now next in line. And the other McLaren, can he show his teammate up here a little bit? And he's going to go P6 at 1:40.123. He'll be looking to gain some time there. Monkey Mafia now next to cross the line. He's going to be charging hard. He's going to cross and do a 1:38.523 into 6th place. Jeep for Life on an out lap. The next 2 drivers to cross will be the Williams teammates of Funky and Josh. Funky showing the most promising time thus far to challenge Buck for that pole position. We ride along with him to await his time. Have not seen any purple sectors yet, but I also just hopped on board. We'll have to see how close Funky G is here. Will we see people break into the 135s? I'm going to say we will. And he's going to come across the last two corners here. Does not invalidate across the line. Ooh, into second on 136.045. Look how close that is. Oh my goodness, this is Williams' teammate now across the line. Oh, he had invalidated. Jeep for Life is also invalidated. So, that is it for a little bit here as far as lap times being set, as most drivers will duck back into the pits and change out their shoes for a fresh pair and elect to go again in their final runs. We do have a Funky fan in the house here, and JJ Dog rooting for Funky. So let's see now if Jeep is going to pit for new rubber or if he's going to put the pedal to the metal here and try to set a lap on this pair. And it looks like he's pushing hard. He's going to try to set a lap, so he's going to start going here again. We'll watch him closely. And Mercedes. Meanwhile, about more than half the drivers in the pit lane getting ready for their next runs. Jeep looked like he went just a little wide there, but doing just fine. Ooh, the thing that's going to hurt Jeep is that he is almost out of ERS. He only has 3%, so that is going to hurt his lap time here. So we'll have to see if he's going to set a time or if he's just going to come back to the pits and recalibrate there a little bit. Josh has ducked into the pits that he had validated earlier, did not set a time, so he will most likely change out to some new rubber and go back out shortly. Jeep has been looking pretty strong here, even though that ERS deployment is down a little low. See if he's going to finish it off. He will finish the lap off. And what is he going to do? Probably looking just to get a time on the board. He goes 7 still, 138.377. So a good effort there by Jeep with the circumstances at hand. And he will now try to duck into the pits. I don't know if he has enough time. I'm not sure to get those second set of tires on. Meanwhile, Buck is started his second flying lap. This will be for everything here. His last chance to set the fastest time on the board. We also have JPR, M. Galloway, and Lakido out on out laps, as well as Villeneuve. We'll have to keep an eye on all of them, as it's crunch time now. 3 minutes left to go in the Q3. Buck purple, sector 1. Ooh, little fishtail there maybe, but he's looking very strong, giving it everything he's got. You can see how close he's getting to the wall. See the suspension at work, keeping that car on its toes. DRS open. He's doing good. Now almost everybody on an out lap except for Funky and Jeep. We have Lakido who has started his lap. We'll check on him here shortly. We have a yellow sector 2. I think somebody just slowed down. Let somebody by. Buck's going to cross the line. And he goes into the 35 safely, too. A 135.746. Woo! That is an absolute flyer of a lap. Now the question is, who can challenge Buck? We're going to tune in with Lakido now for a little bit in the Alfa Romeo. He is on a hot lap. Also on hot laps, JPR, M. Galloway, and Villeneuve. Oh, Lakido a little wide there. Kept it together. A lot of drivers on hot laps right now. We'll do our best to keep in tow here, as Lakido is at the front of that pack so far. Under a minute left in the session. Cheap for Life has retired from the session, so he's confident in where he's going to be starting. Here comes Lakido to finish off his fastest lap. Let's see what he's going to do. No improvement from Lakido. So 138.302 is what he's going to be stuck with. Next driver in line is going to be JPR, I believe. Or he might have just started his lap. I think we have... Is that Villeneuve crossing the line? He does not improve. 139.306. We have two drivers now coming to the line. Whoop. Where are we at here? Ferrari, Miles Galloway crosses the line. He does not improve. Sector 1, there's a caution out, and I don't see a reason why, so we will ignore that one. Session is over. Bumpers looks like the next one to cross the line here. Funky G in second place is out on track setting his time. Can he challenge Buck? But first, it's Bubbers across the line. And he does he improves to fifth. Good lap from him, a 137.561. Now, all eyes on Funky G, or excuse me, JPR. Nope, who is, oh, that's Josh. Josh, who has yet to set a time, will be coming to the line next in the Williams. Funky G's teammate. He's looking like he's having a good lap so far. And Josh going to cross the line. He's going to go P3, a good solid lap for the Williams, 136.599. So Williams looking to be in fantastic shape here. Looks like Lakido into the pits. Who we have here? The Monkey Man, Monkey Mafia across the line. He goes up to 7th, 137.852. Next up is, let's see, who's this? Nope. Nope. JPR is ducked into the pits. I think Villeneuve maybe. He goes into the pits. Here comes Funky across the line. Oh, and he lost the rear end. Oh, and that means the Buck will have pole. Oh, that is a heartbreak. Oh, that's absolute heartbreak for the Williams driver there. Oh, there's just been a dramatic qualifying session. And he can do nothing but feel for Funky on that one. So many drivers losing the rear coming out of those two fast left-handers. Oh, and I know he is gutted, but he will be taking his revenge out in the race, looking to at least. But Buck leading the way with a 135.746. The only driver to duck into the 35s will take pole position. So a great lap from Buck in the Aston Martin. But Williams not far behind. So we'll give you the rundown of the top 10. Buck takes pole position, followed by Funky G in the Williams. Josh is Williams' teammate. M. Galloway in the Ferrari. JPR 91.92 in the Red Bull. Bubbers rounds out 6th position in the McLaren. Monkey Man, Monkey Mafia, AlphaTauri in 7th. Lakido 8th. Jeep for Life 9th. And Villeneuve round out your top 10. Next up, it's Singapore. All right, 20 seconds. The drivers hopping in their cars. It is race day here in Singapore in NFS Tier 2. We'll take a look one more time at the standings going into this race. Stead, who crashed out early, will have to fight back to keep his championship leading hopes alive. He has 107 in the points column, followed by Black Stig at 102. Spitz also crashed out early. We'll have to do some work today, 75. Buck taking a great pull in that Aston Martin here in 70. And Graham, so Buck looking to really make some gains here in the championship point standings if he can. Constructor standings, and that's still not working, so we will not do that. We'll go back to the gameplay here. And we can pull up this, though. There we go. Constructor standings. Aston Martin still leading the way. And Buck is going to try to keep that in place. Followed by Alpine with 137. And then Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Haas, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, and Williams, who is definitely looking to make some gains today there. Get some information up on screen here for you. Let's see who's starting on these tires. Buck, Funky G, and Josh all on the medium tires. M. Galloway starting on softs in 4th place. 5th on down to 6th on the mediums. And then Monkey Man, Monkey Mafia starting on the softs in 7th. We have medium runners from 8th on down to 11th. Spitz Games on the hards trying to get back up into 1st place, he says. We'll see if he can do so today. Graham and Stead on mediums. JD Dog on the hards. Amiral on the mediums. And also Modern Neptune on the hards. Rounding out your 17 drivers for today's Singapore Grand Prix. G for Life says, I totally could have gone faster, LOL. I bet you could have. I've seen you do it. But this track will definitely get you. So, drivers to watch climb up the board is going to be Stead, JJ Dog, and Amiral, Graham, Spitz, bunch of championship leading teams and drivers down there in the bottom 12, really. Will be looking to climb their way back up the ladder and challenge Buck and Funky for this win. As they all start to file in here and approach the line. And we're about ready to go green in Singapore. Thank you all for tuning in today. It should be a good race. We'll see what kind of start we get here. Make sure we have the best camera angles and cover all the action that we possibly can here as we just await the 5 red lights. And here they are. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Drivers on our go. And we are away in Singapore. Oh, Buck doesn't get a great start. Look at Josh. Is that Josh? That's Funky. Funky gets a great start. Josh challenging Buck now. Has the inside line. Oh, and there's drivers in the back. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. A bunch of stuff going on. Everybody seems to get through okay so far. But man, they're all stacked up here. Too wide into that turn there. As Funky is leading the way. So not the greatest start from Buck. But we have gotten through the first couple of turns cleanly. Now we have Miles Galloway looking to the inside of JPR. He's going to cut the turn maybe a little bit, but he made it through okay. Everybody's still good. I don't see any damage or cars spinning or anything, so this is a great start from our Tier 2 division. And at the front, it's Funky. Keeping it funky in P1. So a fantastic start for the Williams drivers. Even Josh got up there, challenged Buck for 2nd, but Buck held on. And now they will start to get into single file and settle down a little bit here. And look farther back down the grid. Oh, somebody back in the wall? Nope, just me. Okay. All the drivers filing through. This has been a really good start from what I can tell. A little bit of wheel lock up there maybe. But yeah. No crashes, no cautions, no damage that I can see. So hats off to these drivers here in Tier 2. Great, great, great stuff. Funky's does seem to be pulling the gap too. This gap is increasing as he sets the fast time of the session so far. And Buck's cut it down a little bit, but it's floating around a second here. Had been 9/10, now we're up to a second. So Buck, you can see little cars wobbly there. He's really trying to push and get back on the rear of Funky. And DRS is not activated yet. That will be next lap by, I do believe. A Buck using a lot of ERS trying to catch Funky down to 30% already, whereas Funky is just saving away. He's got 90. And somebody's in the pits. Oh, we had Graham come in the pits. Not sure what happened to Graham, but he is on his way out and has a 5-second penalty. So a rough start for Graham. We'll have to wait and see what happened there. That is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Meanwhile, Modern Neptune falling off the pace a little bit here in the Haas. But everybody else back up front. Funky still has that 1-second gap back to Buck. Where JPR now starting to close on the back of Bubbers for this 4th position. We'll stay on board, see if he can challenge a bit here. As the field starts to stretch out just a bit. The top 3 starting to run away a little bit here. You can see how close all this mid-pack is. Everybody fairly equal so far. See what in the mid-pack here. We have a mixture of tires in the mid-pack. Interesting. Oh, and we have an end plate came off there. Might have been off a Jeep's car. I thought it was a Mercedes part. Yes. Oh, no. And that's Spitz Games. Spitz in the pits with damage, I do believe. We'll have to see if they're bringing a wing out to change that Aston Martin. They are. So something happened to Spitz there. And now he's got a long road ahead of him onto the mediums. He'll be hoping for a safety car. Back in front, it's Funky. Still leading the way, but Buck is not budging off of that 1-second interval. Maybe just kind of taking care of the cars, keeping his pace, and ticking away some laps here. We have a yellow sector 1. That might be Modern Nep, and it is slow, very slow on the road. Not sure what's happening here. Oh, and now he's spun. Something's going on with Modern Nep on those hard tires. Whoa, and so who's that coming through? It's Spitz coming through. So Modern Nep, there he gets going again. Not sure exactly what happened there. We also have Graham coming up behind this Haas car. Oh, we have virtual safety car. And a full course safety car now. Full course safety car. And, oh, and that was... Oh, no, Buck has crashed. Oh, my goodness. Buck, oh, my gosh. Our pole position driver has binned it. Oh, wow. I wonder what happened there with Buck. As, wow. So we have a full course safety car. Buck is out of this race. I surely hope there's no contact or anything like that. We do have drivers in the pit lane. As the other Ferraris in, we have Alfa Romeo in, Monkey Mafia now in. Wow. So Buck is out of the session. And Buck, if you could let us know in the Discord or something what happened there, we appreciate it. We didn't quite catch it. But more drama here in Singapore. Wow. But a big break for Spitz and Graham as they're going to be able to get right in the back of the pack. And it looks like Buck might have lost it himself here, which is unfortunate. Villeneuve, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so you do have to watch your track limits here. They'll get you, even though it's not the most spacious track in the world. If you cut some of these corners, they will bite you. Wow, so Buck out of this race in that Aston Martin. Our pole sitter is out. have just the GIF for Buck here. Oh, I didn't like that. Nope, I don't. Thought I did. Oh, there it is. Oh, so full course safety car. Lap 4 of 31. We knew this would be a race of attrition early on, as a lot of drivers were going just a little too far over the line and the track was taking advantage of them. So we had drama early in Q3 or Q1, excuse me. Multiple drivers out and damaged, and the trend is continuing here. And not really, maybe one incident in Q1, but everybody else mistakes of their own, unfortunately. Nicking the wall or losing the rear end. This track is not a friendly one today. As we await our pit lane reporter to get some more information on what happened to Buck. Just a reminder again, be sure to check out the Discord channel and to check out the Redbubble NFS official merchandise store, where you can get t-shirts, hoodies, flags, pretty much anything under the sun, and support this wonderful league that we have going here. So we did have some drivers at the back of the pack pit for fresh tires or change their strategies. It looks like Galloway, Lakido, Spitz, Monkey Mafia, Graham, and Modern Nep had all pit within a lap or so, or under caution, and are now with fresh rubber at the back of the pack. So we'll have to see how that carries out throughout this race. Looks like we might go around one more time with the safety car, if I'm reading things right here. Yep, we will go around one more time here, and it should be green next time by. Yeah, Villeneuve back in the pits. Might have been switching out some tires or something there. The Rebellion Endurance Racing Team was competing this morning in a 260-minute race at Road Atlanta and placed 5th after starting 14th. That is our sister league to NFS, so congratulations to Rebellion Endurance Racing there for a good outing. For those of you NASCAR fans, it looks like the NASCAR Cup Series will be racing tomorrow at noon due to rain, unfortunately. So that race has been delayed, just for your information. about ready to go green flag racing here again in Singapore. As the pace car starts to head to pit lane, drivers keeping pace and warming those tires up. Now, who is going to challenge Funky for the win here? Because I haven't yet to see. Josh has kept good pace, but he's been just off the back of Funky. So can any of these drivers, you know, we have some fast guys in the back too. Do not forget. We'll have to see if anybody can work their way up and challenge. And we are green flag racing. Funky taking off to a good start here. Everybody's single file, back under green flag racing. Miles Galloway, a 3-second time penalty, probably for going a little wide or cutting a corner back there. Villeneuve has retired. He has crashed. Villeneuve has crashed. And we ride on board with Modern Nep. Should see the car. Oh, and he lost it coming out of that turn. And that's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Looks like we're going to stay green, though. They might be able to get that cleaned up before the cars come back around. Oh, that's unfortunate. We've lost Villeneuve in the McLaren, who looked like he might have lost the rear end and taken the tire and wing off of that car. Back up front, Funky now has a little bit of a cushion here. 1 second back to his teammate Josh. Looking real good for the Williams team here today. Bubbers having a great solid race here in third place. Podium finish for Bubbers would be wonderful. See if we can keep it together for the remainder of the race. Not far off the back, though, is JPR in the Red Bull. And he's going to be challenging Bubbers for that podium position. Jeep for Life and his teammate JJ Dog right behind. This is just a train that takes effect here in the mid-pack, it seems like. Oh, and Jeep gets a little squirrel. Oh, Jeep's in the wall. And does he have damage? He might, but he can't get... Oh, he just barely got over the pits. And I don't see any damage, but he's going in the pits regardless. So, not sure there. Maybe he... they are getting a wing out. So, maybe he does have damage and I just can't see it. But he is getting replacements. New tires on that Mercedes, and he is away once again. It looked like he just might have hit the curb there and gone and just shuffled the car wide. So that's unfortunate. Now, the only driver on hards is JJ Dog in the other Mercedes. And he's keeping pace just fine with these other medium runners of JPR and Bubbers right in front. So, hard's looking real good so far for JJ Dog. But, back up front, it's Josh and Funky pulling away in these Williams. Now a 2.5 second up to first and 3 second gap back to Bubbers just about. You can see the Williams down the track there. It's like Stead is working on... Yeah, Stead is working in this train here, working on the back of JJ Dog. Stead, our championship points leader, looking to come out of this race still in that position, but he's definitely got some work cut out for him here. But it's a long race to go. 8 laps completed of 31. He might be trying to pick these few off here and then hope for a safety car to bunch him back up to the race leaders. And spits all over the back of Stead. Look at, oh, he's almost in the gearbox. Oh, and he goes a little, oh, and he might have tapped. He did. Too fast into the corner. Tapped JJ Dog, who spins around. Instead also got tapped. Oh my goodness, drama on lap 9 in the first 2 corners here. No damage on Stead, it appears. But that's going to hurt his time, as he is all the way back now to almost 11th. Yeah, and he's going to end up at 11th. So that definitely hurts the progress there. And Modern Nep, a 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So a rough race so far for Modern Neptune. Now it also looks like Spitz might have more wing damage. He does. The front right end plate is missing off of that Aston Martin. So a nightmare situation for Aston Martin today after being on pole with his teammate Buck, who crashed out on his own, unfortunately. Oh, that's just rough. Looks like Graham has made up a couple positions. He's up to 11th now. He was at the back of the pack at one point after having to pit early on lap 1. Now working on the back of Lakito Haha. Lakito goes wide. Graham's going to take advantage of that one. Makes the pass stick. And now up into the top 10 for that Ferrari driver. So making a good comeback is Graham today. Monkey Man, Monkey Mafia all over the back of a mural. Ooh, oh, has he disconnected? I see a red X above his car. And we have a yellow sector 1. Oh, JJ Dog is out. And a safety car again will come out. We saw JJ Dog in the wall there. A bunch of cars pit immediately. Oh my goodness, drama continues. Wow. And JJ Dog, heck, you can see bits and pieces on the track there. And JJ Dog, our last season's champion, might have lost or had contact, not quite sure, but he is out of this race as well. So big names out of the Singapore Grand Prix. And we are under full course safety car once again. We'll wait to hear what happened to JJ Dog. Well, that is really unfortunate, as he was looking to be on pace for a great outcome today. Yeah, just confirmed that Buck had lost the rear end going into the hairpin, or coming out of the hairpin, and that's why he had his DNF, unfortunately. JJ Dog. An end to his luck, unfortunately, he says. Well, we do have some cars in the pit lane. Bubbers, who's having a great race, he's going to come out in the top 10 still, but he gets fresh rubber on that car. Meanwhile, look at Graham just slowly, sneakily coming up the order, now into 4th place. Again, this driver was last at one point during the race in the start and has worked his way all the way up into 4th place. So things looking up for Graham. Looks like JJ Dog says he bumped the curb on the last corner on the outside and it unsettled my car and into the wall. So that'll do it. You can see some of these turns here. These curbs are quite big, and if you get on them in certain ones, they will make the car jump and shift, and the walls are right there. So I can understand how that might have happened. Very unfortunate there, though. Quick note, Stead, our championship points leader, on the fresh hards, sitting 13th. So is he looking to go to the end of the race without another pit stop and maybe pick up a significant amount of spots there? We'll have to see if that strategy plays out for him. Buck says he's going to be practicing a lot more for next week because he's getting tired of these mistakes. And practice never hurt anybody, so that's a good outlook there moving forward. But right now, Miles Galloway in the Ferrari has moved up into first place. And Funky G and Josh have gone on to the hards and are now 5th and 6th. As well as Bubber. So the top 3 all pit, went onto the hard tire. And looks like we'll be going green next time by as we complete lap 11 here. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Iceman's page so you get all the alerts when we're racing here on NFS. So Mural in the, I believe that's the Alpine that he's in, yep. He is on 11 lap medium, so he has yet to pit. He's worked his way up into second, but he will need to pit moving forward. So he is the driver on the oldest set of tires at this time. I'd like to take a minute to thank all our sponsors, Track Racer, CH Designs, and GT Racing. Appreciate all their support. If you're looking for some discounts through those teams that will also support the league, you can go through the links tab on the Discord channel. And be sure to check all the offerings that they have. I have quite a few of each of those. They're very good companies and nice products. And we're getting ready to go here as Miles Galloway will lead them to green, warming up the tires, and we are go. And the Ferrari driver will lead them to the line, followed by Mural Monkey Mafia. We have some mixing up going in the back here with Funky already, and Funky's going to take P4 from Graham, and his teammate looking on the inside as well. Graham leaves the room, and Josh getting the power down. Can he get by? I think they're still side by side. And he's going to get through. So both Williams making a position up already. Everybody looks to be through cleanly. Some jostling in the back here. Graham looking in the inside of Bubbers, but thinks better of it. Bubbers again been having a great race this time. Be looking to stay clean and finish with a good result. Have a mixture of medium and hard tires here towards the front of the top 10. Everybody else on the hards in the back. Meanwhile, Funky now up to third, and he is already pressuring second place of Mural, who still has that red X. I'm not sure if he's driving or not, but it looks like Funky is going to get around him. He's looking on the inside, takes a dive. Hard on the brakes, he's going to make it stick. Funky now starts to hunt down the Ferrari of Miles Galloway, who has been leading this race so far for this lap. But as you can see, Funky up here is going to be right on the back of him in a short period of time. And I should definitely turn that safety car off of the stream. My apologies there. There we go. So Funky on the hard tire too, remember. A lot of other drivers that they're being able to pass here on the mediums, and worn mediums at that, And it looks like he's going to make this pass here as he has... Yep, he's using some ERS. He had a nice draft. Miles trying to fight back. Can he do it? Nope, he's going to think better of it. Stays nice and close, though. And good drive in there from Miles as Funky takes the lead back. Now we have a yellow sector 2. Who's this? Oh, big crash. A mural has crashed. Who was the other? Monkey Mafia might have damage. And his wing looks okay, so maybe just a spin there. Jeep for Life missing a wing. Jeep has had a heck of a race, unfortunately. So he will need a bit. We are back under green flag conditions. Was anybody else involved? I don't believe so. But something big happened there in the back of the pack. Modern Nep still doing all right. No damage there, but a mural. Here he comes. He looks like he's missing a left side end plate on that Alpine car. So that's unfortunate, but Jeep for Life missing the entire front wing. That's got to be a real handful to handle. He's going to have to duck into the pits here as soon as he can. New wine coming up on the back. And I don't see any damage on that AlphaTauri. Could be wrong, but you can see how hard it is for Jeep to turn without that wing. Spitz Games is a 3-second penalty. He's in 4th place right now. And we'll see Jeep duck into the pits here. And Bubber's also into the pits. He might have had damage. And he does. They're changing his front wing. Fresh pair of mediums, new wing. Halfway through this race, and he is away. Jeep for Life also, new wing. Fresh rubbers, and he's away. Gets out in front of the Alpine of a mural, who is pitting right now. He's going to get a new wing as well. So I hope these teams brought plenty of backup wings to Singapore. Because they're using them. Meanwhile, back up front, Funky now with a healthy gap. It's going to be about 4 seconds here in a little bit. Back to Miles Galloway, who is on those used sets of mediums, but Funky G and his teammate Josh on the hards, both on 3-lap hards. Really putting in some good lap times. Spitz, though, in 4th, looking real nice. Graham having a great run here, moved up all the way again from last place at lap 1 after a bit of an off, and he's made up a bunch of ground. Instead, our championship points leader slowly working his way up here to the pack. And where could he come out? He's on the same strategy as the leaders, it looks like, as the Williams team, with those hard compound tires. So if he can keep it clean, he might be looking at a good result here today in Singapore. Now we have Josh, who's within 6/10. Lakita Hart gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits because he's in pit lane. Gotta watch those speedometers here as you enter. You see the spits all over the back of Miles Galloway. And Spitz had gotten by Josh. I didn't even notice into 3rd place. I wonder what happened there. Josh might be losing a bit of pace in that Williams. Look at Spitz all over the back of Miles here. He's got fresher tires, and he should get him down into the next turn. He's got DRS. He's closing. He's going to go to the inside. Hard on the brakes, and he will make that pass stick. And now Josh looking to take advantage of Miles as well. He goes to the inside, outside now. Will be inside. Ooh, and Miles cuts him off, says no thank you. Here goes Josh, looking at the inside once again on Miles Galloway. And he should get this done here as he's ahead, but they're side by side, still side by side. Miles racing very well here, trying to defend. Can't see where Miles went, but oh, and he has got past Miles for position. Miles putting up one heck of a good fight. He's still on the back of Josh here. He has DRS. Will he challenge in the next turn? Depends how much he can gain. Oh, and he's gaining fast. Looking on the inside. This is a great battle between the two of these drivers. And Miles makes it stick. Gets back in front. Now, here comes Josh. And thinks better of it going into that turn. Meanwhile, look at Graham and the other Ferrari there. Slowly closing as these two battle away. So Ferrari looking now to have a great result today. And this is just killing Josh's time as he has shown fast pace all day, but unable to fully take the position away from Miles Galloway. As they are dropping back farther and farther from the leader, Funky. And there is a lapped car, a Modern Nep, getting out of the way on the right side. That's a good job from him. Whoa! Josh getting very close to the back of M. Galloway. Might be getting a little impatient. And, oh, and they both pit. Safety car's out. And that was, oh, Bubbers. No, we've lost Bubbers. You can see him there. Oh, and Bubbers was having such a fantastic race in the McLaren. And it looks like he has binned it in the bridge section here. We'll see him as, there he is. Oh, no! And Amiral drove right into him. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, well, the Alpine of Amiral saw him right after coming around that bend and didn't react fast enough and unfortunately took off his tire. So that is two drivers out now. Oh my goodness. And as we are under full course safety car once again. I will say Modern Nep hasn't been having the best race, but if he's still surviving, he might get up into the top 10 by the time this is all said and done. So we have some drivers into the pits. Penalties are being served, as you can see on the side here. We'll get some more information on that. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we have Spitz with 3 seconds, Miles Galloway 3 seconds, Jeep for Life with 3 seconds, Lakito with 8, and Modern Nep with 3. So not a lot of huge accumulation of penalties, but drama has been the name of the game here in Singapore. See the position change since the start of the race. We have Spitz and Graham both up 10 positions. So fantastic race so far from them. Even Stead up 8. Big 3 gainers there. And Modern Nep, just by staying clean and doing his thing, now up 6 positions. As we have more drivers. Let's see, Funky and Spitz both into the pits. Let's see what they're going to do. Here comes Graham, so the top 3 all pitting. We have Funky going back on the mediums. He is away. Jeep for Life, a drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car. That's going to hurt. As I do believe you can only drive through under green flag conditions. Spitz Games got new medium tires. Graham also getting new mediums here. And everybody else filing out, electing not to pit at this time so far. So 19 laps completed out of 31. We have lost 6 drivers so far in this race. down to 11 running. Singapore always proves to be a challenging and track that will eat you alive, almost more than Monaco in some places. And Modern Up a 3-second time penalty once again for exceeding track limits in the click. Top 3 now after pit stops: Funky, Spitz, M. Galloway, Josh, and then 5th place Graham, Stead, New Wine, Monkey Mafia, Jeep for Life, who will have a drive-through, it said. That's only served under green flag conditions. Lakido and Modern Neptune round out the top 11 running drivers. And we will probably go around. Oh no! Oh, Spitz just spun. More drama. This is insane. And his wing is gone. He was in 2nd place, spun the rear, hit the wall, and has lost his wing. Wow. So he will duck into the pits for a new nose, assuming the team brought enough. Oh my goodness, and the Aston Martin team have had quite a day. He gets fresh rubber and a new nose, and he's away. Looks like he will rejoin. I'm not sure if Jeep is going to pass him, but Jeep still got that drive-through, so he will be in 8th place when all is said and done. And heartbreak for Spitz, as he was looking very good here to maybe challenge for the lead. But he will have a faster set of tires. Williams and Ferrari looking good. Also, AlphaTauri, their 2 drivers, 6th and 7th place. They're now in a solid points contention place here, just by being consistent. So good job for those 2. That is the AlphaTauris of New Wine and Monkey Mafia. Good solid day for them. Not sure if we're going to go green this time by or not. We have a couple cars yet to join the pack. The last one just caught up. We're waiting on Lakido and Modern Neptune, as you can see on the map in the bottom right. See if they get caught up in time here. It might go back to green flag here. We'll see. I don't believe they will. So we will go around one more time here, and we'll have a 10-lap shootout to the finish, assuming we stay green. But it has been an eventful one. We have lost Amiral, Bubbers, GPR, JJ Dog, Villeneuve, and our pole position driver, Buck, all out of this race. Most of those incidents were caused on their own, without contact. Alrighty, we're just waiting on. It looks like New Wine had made a pit stop. Maybe he changed his tires. Modern Nep is now in. New Wine onto the soft tires. He might be the only one on soft tires. Let's take a look at that. Oh, so he and Jeep on the soft tires. That might come into play. I'm not sure what the lifespan of the softs is, but if they can really put the hammer to the pedal to the metal, they might be able to make up some valuable positions here, being on that softer compound. So interesting strategy, trying to make the best out of what they were dealt there. What do they say? Lemonade? Trying to make lemonade out of lemons, or yeah, something like that. Anyway. So that could be interesting. That's something to watch for there. Jeep for Life and New Wine on the soft compound. Everybody else on the hards or mediums. Majority on the mediums. I cannot talk. As we get ready to go green flag racing here. And we're green flag racing. Funky gets a big jump. Taking the lead. Miles Galloway right behind, followed by his teammate Josh in the Williams. And then... oh, and somebody went off the back. Was that... oh, it was Spitz again. Oh my goodness. And Spitz. Jeep for Life, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. But Spitz... doesn't appear to be any damage, but he looked like he might have lost the rear end coming out of the final turn. Oh, that is unfortunate. So Spitz was looking really promising. Lost the rear end there. Funky really pulling the gap on Galloway. Josh not far behind, but he's been battling with Galloway all day long, looking to get by and maybe make some ground up here on his teammate. Jeep for Life now moving up the field. You can see there on the left on the leaderboard, up into 6 on those soft compounds. New Wine is also up a position. And right at the back of his teammate Monkey. See if Josh can get Galloway here down the straight into turn 1. Two battled here before, and it's not looking like it's going to happen this time. Josh still all over Miles here. And they're on the same amount of lap tires now, which is also interesting. Before, Miles had been on some more used tires, but they put it at the same time and now are fairly even. But Josh, you can see Josh, oh, and a little love tap there, just letting him know he really wants to get by. Patience might be running thin on this one. A little deep there, Josh. Miles is going to get a little bit of a gap. And the gap is growing. Funky now in the lead by almost 7 seconds. As Miles continues to defend off the charging Josh. Keto with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And, oh, Graham got a little squirrely in the back there. And now Stead looking to pounce on that Ferrari. So Ferrari's both under attack right now. And here comes Stead using a bunch of ERS. We can see he's looking on the inside. He's going to late brake. Nope. Thinks better of it. And Josh is still stuck in front of this battle there, as you can see, between or behind Mem Galloway. 24 of 31 complete in Singapore. A bit of a DRS train going on here, but Ferraris are defending well. And this is the battle for the bottom 2 podium positions. This group of 4 here. It is 6 seconds back to the next car in New Wine and the AlphaTauri, who's been having a pretty good race. Meanwhile, Monkey Mafia had pit and is on fresh softs. I'm not sure if he had damage or if it's just that time, but he has dropped down to 11th. Ooh, Stead trying everything he can. It's just not working out so far. Oh, and Josh is side by side. We watch from on board with Graham, see what he's seeing. And Josh just can't get it done. Little love tap. Oh, and there's some taps going on here. They might have hit the wall and Graham's front wing as Funky G sets a new fast lap. And we'll have to see. I don't see any damage on Graham's wing. Josh is just pressuring. He looks to the inside again on M. Galloway. Can he make it stick this time? Oh, they're side by side again. Battling hard. We have a yellow flag sector 2, and that might be Modern Nep into the wall. These two are still side by side. We're going to stay here. And it looks like Josh might have gotten the jump. And he has. And we have yellow flags in all 3 sectors there at one point. Modern Nep. Oh, and he just tapped the wall with his wing. He's sideways. In the beginning of 2, end of 3, as far as sectors are concerned, he gets the car going again, missing his right side end plate. So might have got a little loose, had the rear end kick around. As he gets going again. You can see the gap already as Josh has cleared him in the gap. Yeah, M. Galloway. He's built up over a second gap already, so he was itching to get by and make some time up here. And now Graham is hunting his teammate down for that final podium position with about 6 laps to go. Funky G sets a new fast lap again at 1:38.764. And second place now 16 seconds behind first place. So Funky looking real good for the win here if nothing else causes a safety car or anything like that. Now the story, we have our championship leader instead closing in on the Ferraris. And Graham battling his teammate for the final podium position. We'll have to see how this shapes out. And meanwhile, we have a lot of soft tire runners in the back. Will they steal away a fast lap from Funky? Important to note that Miles also has a time penalty, whereas Graham, his teammate behind him, does not. So as it stands, Graham would overtake Miles in the final results and putting him on in third place, podium finish. So we will stay here as this is the closest battle on track at the moment, as we look to complete the Singapore Grand Prix here. Miles keeping great pace. Let's see what kind of time penalty he has. He's got 3 seconds. So at this time, it looks like Miles and Graham would swap positions at the end of this race. But still a very solid finish from these drivers and for the Ferrari team, considering how the race started. And Spitz steals fast lap from Funky. 137.217. He's in 6th place, so that would be a point for him. A good rally from Spitz. He's still 24 seconds back from the next car, but setting the fast lap. And we'll get a solid points finish at least after a dreadful day for the Aston Martin team. Dreadful day for quite a few drivers, actually. So these Ferrari drivers might just stick it out like it is. They know that they'll swap in the end results regardless here, but they'll pick up a good finishing position for their team. We have a yellow sector 2. Is that Spitz? Oh no, Spitz again! Oh! And he's missing his right side end plate after setting fast lap. As we are on 28 of 31, and now that car is a little wide, but he should be able to stick that out until the end of the race, maybe. Oh, it does not want to. Oh, there goes the whole wing. Oh, he's in trouble. So he'll need to pit, get a new wing on there, and finish the race strong. Man, Singapore really turning into a just a nightmare scenario for multiple drivers here. He goes into the pits. Back up front, Funky G leads by almost 19 seconds now. He has been a commanding force all day, a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. As the laps wind down. And next week it looks like we will be at Japan, Suzuka, October 10th. Tier 1 and Tier 2 will both compete there as we near the almost halfway section of our schedule. A couple more races here. So we'll be back on the 10th, and then we have a 1-week break on the week of the 17th. So the Japanese Grand Prix coming to you next on the NFS Racing Network next week at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody pretty well spaced out here on track right now. As Funky G comes across the line, a complete lap 29, start lap 30 of 31. 2 laps to go here in Singapore. Looks like Graham has fallen off the back of his teammate. Not sure if this is on purpose to allow Galloway to finish in the podium positions or if something might have happened here. He is 3.5 back. And Miles has a 3-second penalty. So we'll have to watch and see if Graham tries to close that back up or if this is on purpose. A little bit of team orders here. Yellow Sector 3, that's Modern Neptune, and the Haas has binned it. Right before, looks like he might have just missed his braking point and gone a little wide. As he gets going again under the stair section, or the stand section. I don't see any damage, so he might have just lost the rear or gone too deep into the corner there. So he gets going again. And we're back under green flag. Well, Graham is still 3.6 seconds back off of the rear end of Miles Galloway. Interesting, because Graham is, I do believe, higher in the standings. Oh, we have 2 yellow flags. That's Jeep. Jeep is out. And Jeep is out of this race. We'll ride on board with Funky and see what happened. If we can see Jeep's car. Something happened on the front. He might have lost the rear right here and gone into the wall, and that's what it looks to be, but he's out of this race. A tough, tough race for Jeep. Modern Nep, who has been playing it safe all day, had a real rough time, but he might finish in 10th place in the top 10. As Funky gets onto the rear end of Spitz, who at one point was fighting for the lead and had some bad luck and unfortunately fell to the back of the pack, but he'll still pick up a couple points there in 9th and has the fastest lap of the race. And Funky is now on the final lap and has been strong all day, absolutely leading this entire pack of cars all day long. Another yellow sector 2, that cleared up real fast. We won't worry about that. Yellow sector 1, that looks like that's cleared up fast as well. We're right on board with our race winning car here in just a couple laps, or just a couple turns, excuse me. And it has been funky all day long in this funky Singapore Grand Prix, and he crosses the line and will win at Singapore. Just a fantastic show of strength from Funky G today in that Williams, and his teammate coming up in second will make the Williams team very, very happy. No penalties for the top 2. Nice clean rides, no damages, and he will cross the line in P2. A solid day for Josh. Meanwhile, Miles in the Ferrari will come in 3rd, pick up that final podium position. Great run from Miles Galloway, and his teammate Graham not far behind. Start at one point again, was last in this race and worked his way all the way back up to 4th. So Williams and Ferrari having some great outings in Singapore. And I see a note in the Discord, the 2 drivers in Williams are reserve drivers, so Miles Galloway will get the points in the in NFS, will get the win. So congratulations to him, a great job to stick it in there. And New Wine picks up a solid 5th. Monkey Mafia has just passed Stead on track and takes 6th place. Wow, that just happened coming into the final turn there. Kitohara rounds out 8th. Spitz Games, an unfortunate race for him. At one point could have challenged for the lead, but he stuck with it, and he will finish in 9th with the fastest lap, followed by Modern Nep in 10th, getting a point in the Haas. Whew. So to say that this was an uneventful race would be an absolute lie. This was probably the most dramatic race we've seen. Driver of the day, Graham gets the driver of the day. A much deserved there. And a great job to our reserves of Funky and Josh, and Miles Galloway coming in 3rd, but will come home with points for the win as he is a full-time driver in the top 2 are reserves. But a great showing of force by them. as Miles Galloway will pick up the official win here. Take one last look at the final finishing positions. It's Funky and Josh who are reserves, though. Picking up 1 and 2. Miles Galloway will be awarded the win in third, followed by his teammate Graham in fourth. So good points for the Ferrari teammates there and constructors points. Followed by New Wine in fifth place, who will get a third place finish here. So a podium finish for New Wine in the AlphaTauri, and his teammate Monkey Mafia not far behind in fourth, or sixth place on track, but will be awarded fourth. Stead, our championship points leader, would have been looking for a little more, but comes home in a solid seventh place, what will be fifth. Followed by Lakido, Spitz, Modern Neptune, Jeep for Life, Mural, Bubbers, JPR. Go down the order here. Villeneuve and Buck. So an eventful Singapore Grand Prix. Congratulations to those that stuck it out and finished it. This has been the NFS Tier 2 division in Singapore. We will see you next week in Japan. Good night.